Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen of the internet? My name is Doodles and welcome to an episode of Q&A, the Q&A show where you ask the questions and I will answer them. And I've been thinking myself recently that it's been a very long time since we've done one of these. We have not kicked back, relaxed, shot the breeze with each other and just had a good time. So today I thought I would change that. And then normally I answer about 3 questions, but I think we'll do a little bit more today just to make up for lost time. So without further ado, let's just get straight into this thing. What is your favourite GNR song? Man, that is actually so hard to pinpoint. I would say You Could Be Mine. That was a song that really got me into rock music. I remember back in like 1999 on Kerrang TV, I think it was. I turned it on and this song came on. I didn't know what rock music was. I didn't have a clue what a guitar was or anything. I just heard this song and I just thought it was so cool. And I thought the people in it looked absolute badass and I just wanted to be them. That was pretty much it. And that sort of started the road that led me down the whole world of rock music and all the different subgenres of metal and punk and all that, and basically just brought me here today. So I'd say in a way that kind of has to be my favourite song. However, I do like so many of them, such as Night Train, Welcome to the Jungle, Rocket Queen, Coma, all those sort of songs. And I've got to say GNR are my favourite band by far, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. But when it comes to my favourite one, it's just too hard to pinpoint. But if I had to say, You Could Be Mine is probably it. Where do you get your backing tracks? I actually make them. I don't use any pre-made backing tracks. I'll play over top of songs, whether it's my covers of like Offspring, Sum 41, that sort of thing, to the video game covers of like Super Mario, Street Fighter, Legend of Zelda. I create everything, every bit of music on this channel, bar the odd thing. I think the only thing I didn't really make was the intro music for Ranked. That was off epidemicsound.com. Apart from that, all the sort of backing tracks for my reviews, my covers, everything that I do on this channel is all made by me. The drums, the bass, the guitars, the whole lot. There's a video on my channel, actually, I'll leave a link in the description box. I think it was how I recorded and mixed my Pokemon Go cover. That does tell you a lot of the sort of ins and outs and behind the scenes stuff and how I do what I do. As if you're interested in seeing how I create the stuff for my channel, definitely go check that out. Like I said, link will be down below in the description box. Do you recommend a set of 10s or 11s to play Pantera? Dimebag Darrell actually used I believe it was 10 to 46 set. He used a 46 on his low E, so I would assume it was a 10 to 46. Pantera generally drop down to drop D or drop C sharp, but if Dimebag Darrell get away with a 10 to 46, there's no reason why he couldn't do that. I used to use 9s to play drop D and they work just fine, but I like my strings a bit thicker these days, so even for standard or drop D or something like that, I'd still go for something like 11 to 48 or 11 to 50. But if you're not keen on the thicker strings, then 10 to 46 should be perfectly fine. It's whatever feels best for you. You can't really go wrong. Whatever's right for you is the right choice to be made. But if you want to just give it a go, try both sets out and just see what works. If I play this game on my channel, will I get a copyright strike? This is referring to Infinite Desolation, the video game that I'm creating the soundtrack for. For you guys that don't know, there's a video game coming out in a few months called Infinite Desolation. It is a top-down sci-fi shooter, and I've been fortunate enough to be given the opportunity to create the soundtrack for it. The soundtrack that I'm doing is a throwback to the old first-person shooters such as Doom, Quake, Duke Nukem, etc. With a bit of metal influence from the likes of Metallica and stuff like that. I'm having so much fun doing it, but know if you play this game on YouTube, for the video aspect of it, you will not get a copyright strike, and I will not be doing any copyright claims or strikes for any of the music aspects, so don't worry, you are perfectly safe to play this game, and we highly encourage you to. So when the game is released, if you guys want to download it on Steam or whatever, and you want to play it on your channel, then feel free. We absolutely encourage it, and we can't wait to see your guys' reactions to it. So make sure you subscribe to this channel or the Farflungs Games YouTube channel so you can keep up to date with it. Obviously, I'll let you know when the game is released. I'm doing a lot of guitar playthroughs, that sort of stuff, of music from the game as well, so you can sort of get a lot more behind the scenes on how the game is developing. So make sure you stick around and check that out. It's going to be awesome, and I can't wait to play the full game, and I can't wait for you guys to either. Would you recommend this for first guitar? This is talking about the Epiphone Les Paul Jr., the very, very basic budget model from Epiphone. I reviewed it last year, I think it was middle of last year, and that guitar blew me away. A £99 guitar should not sound that good and play that good. I have a Gibson Les Paul Jr., which I also did a shootout of the Epiphone and the Gibson, and I've got to say, apart from the pickup, it is pretty much neck and neck. I think if you put a P90 pickup into the Epiphone Les Paul Jr., it's as good as the Gibson. There's no difference between them, and the neck felt almost identical. The tuning stability was better. Like I said, the pickup is pretty much the only thing that was lacking in it, but a £99 guitar should not sound that good. If I didn't have the Gibson, I would have definitely kept the Epiphone, and even though I did get rid of the Epiphone, I do kind of regret it. One thing to remember is that the Junior only has a single pickup, so that is a bit limited, especially in new players that might want to explore the neck pickup and the sort of sounds that you can get from that. Thankfully, I've got like a dozen guitars, so only having a bridge pickup is no biggie because I've got plenty of guitars with neck pickups. But if you are cool with the design of the Junior, you're cool with the one pickup, yes, I highly recommend it. That thing blew me away and is better than many guitars that I've played at triple that price. Absolutely fantastic. How can I make this guitar sound more metal? This is another question referring back to the Epiphone Les Paul Junior. If you want to make the thing sound more metal, the first thing that I would take a look at is your amp. If you've got some really low-end, crappy sort of blaster, sort of that crappy sort of amps that you get with like an Encore Strat or something like that, I would change it up. The amp is probably the biggest, most important thing in your rig. The guitar plays a big factor, but your tone primarily comes from your amp, and I would rather have a low budget guitar and a great amp than a great guitar and a rubbish amp. If you want to play anything high gain, sort of start checking out some of the stuff from like Black Star, quite good. Even like the modeling ID stuff is really, really good and really budget friendly. If you want to go sort of more down the tube route, obviously you got things like this PV6505MH if you don't want to spend too much money and you want a quieter amp. You've got stuff from Panama, you've got stuff from Marshall, obviously you can go in like Mesa Boogie. I'd definitely check out a higher gain amp that would be more suited to metal. However, one criticism of the Junior, as I said in my last question, is the pickup is pretty damn bad. I would highly recommend changing that out. That will improve your tone drastically. You can stick with some of the tried and tested things such as the Seymour Duncan JB or the Invader. You've got stuff from the likes of Damasio, or you've got some more of the unknown brands and the smaller brands such as Iron Gear in the UK. You've got Fluence who make pickups for Stephen Carter, Devin Townsend, stuff like that. There's so many brands out there, but check out some at high gain, more higher output. I prefer the higher output pickups, so anything sort of JB and above is perfectly fine for me, right the way to active pickups. So do a bit of research, see what your favourite guitar players are using in their guitars, see what pickups they're using, see what amps they're using, and try and go down something more that route. But yeah, amp and pickup, two of the biggest factors when it comes to your tone. So even though it's a budget guitar, sort those two things out and you will have some amazing metal tones out of that thing. So right, that is the end of the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you want to ask me a question and appear in a future episode, leave them down below in the comments section of this video or just any of my videos and I will try and answer them. And you can also go over to my Ask FM page like the Guns N' Roses question was from and ask me over there too, and I'll try and include it in the next video. And before I go, I just want to give a quick mention to my new band. I'm in a new band called Back to Square One. It is primarily an internet-based band. Pretty much going to focus on doing the whole YouTube thing as a band. It's between myself and a fantastic vocalist called Linus Lene. We've done some covers so far on my channel and the Back to Square One YouTube page. We've done Blink-182, Offspring, and we did another one, Green Day. We did Green Day Holiday last week. We're putting out hopefully one cover every week to 2 weeks, to 10 days, something like that. We've got a huge amount of things planned. We've got our debut single in the works at the minute, and I really hope you guys check it out and subscribe to it. I'll leave a link down below in the description box so you go check out my band's channel. And the songs, the covers and the originals are going to be going over on Patreon. We were going to release them on iTunes and all that like I did with my own stuff. However, the situation has changed with Louder and now you've got to pay to get your stuff onto iTunes when it comes to covers. And for a band that's making no money, it's just not financially viable for the amount of stuff we are going to do. Even with my AdSense that I make on this channel, it is not enough to cover the monthly outgoings to put the covers on iTunes. So at least for the foreseeable future, everything will be over on Patreon. Which, to be fair, if you're a fan of the music, is much better because rather than paying $1 for one song on iTunes, you can pay $1 and get access to every single one we do and everyone we do in the future. In the future though, if the Patreon thing picks up to at least $10-15 a month, we'll start getting them all on iTunes as well, so you, and Spotify, so you guys can enjoy them too. I just want to give a quick mention of that before I end this video because I haven't had a chance to talk to you guys in a while. So if you want to hear some pop punk stuff and a load of covers and some really great original stuff that we're working on, either stick around on this channel because they'll all be going up here, or head over to the Back to Square One channel where it'll be dedicated just to the music that we put out. And on that note, that is the end of the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Like I said, leave a question and I'll get back to you in a future episode. My name is Doodles. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys next time.